Hey, Robert here from Absolute Body Systems. I'm in the car at the moment and I just wanted to punch up this quick video to speak about menopause. So if you're a fella, push stop now and stop reading because it's not going to interest you whatsoever. Yeah, let's talk about menopause then. Menopause is one of those things where obviously happens at a specific time in a female's life, and it can be daunting when in relation to losing body fat. And a lot of things change, so the things that you used to do and the things that used to work no longer work, and if you continue to do them, it just, nothing will happen. So you'll waste your time, you'll waste your money, you'll waste food and everything else. So what actually happens, menopause, your estrogen levels and your progesterone levels, basically they drop, and when they drop, it alters your metabolism. So the rate that you burn calories, be it at rest or exercise, is altered forever. And when that happens, obviously you've got a bit of a problem. And it really becomes an equation of calories versus carbs, carbohydrates. And what I mean by that is that when women tend to be younger, when they're not going through menopause or not been through menopause, most people tend to approach a low-calorie diet, and it tends to work. So slimming clubs and what have you, and juice diets and everything, they tend to work because it's pretty much based on low calories, and with low calories comes low carbs, so that's a good thing. The problem with it is you can't sustain it during or after menopause, simply being because your estrogen levels are not anywhere near as high as what they used to be, neither are your testosterone levels, and that affects your insulin levels and cortisol levels. There's a lot of levels here, obviously, and it's just simply hormones. It's the makeup of your body, what's happening, and really less estrogen. To get hit by a bus, less estrogen. It really means even less calories. So if you wanted to approach that lower calorie style diet, you would really need to lower your calories even more, which is not something that you would want to do. So you need to move away from so-called health foods. Things like, I mean, fruit's healthy, but it's not necessarily fat loss. It's about how you time it and put it into your diet properly. So if you wanted to do something that was more focused on losing weight during menopause or after menopause, getting rid of specific types of fruit and some carbs are the way to do it. And obviously the reason that you stop producing estrogen is because the ovaries stop producing estrogen at such high levels, and that's the problem. You can get estrogens through things like obviously pesticides, plastics, coffee, a bunch of other things. The problem with progesterone is that there's almost no mimicking effects that you can actually raise your levels. So the less estrogen equals more insulin and more cortisol, and that just equals higher levels of body fat. And it's really an inability to metabolize. We're finally moving. It's an inability to metabolize carbs, and it basically what happens is it leads to an increased level of or increased blood sugar levels, and then sometimes in some people insulin resistance, which we'll speak about in another video. And your drop in testosterone, this is one that you'll probably be able to relate to. The drop in progesterone, rather, it causes water retention and bloating, and this is what we tend to describe as your middle age spread. And this is obviously an area for a lot of women. So what actually do you do? How do you combat it? Well, like I said before, you need to just make sure I don't lose my phone here as I'm driving. You need to change your diet away from grains and refined carbohydrates, because your body can't use them for energy the way that it used to, due to the change in your metabolism and the way it's been regulated. So you need to start introducing more proteins into your diet and a whole lot more vegetables, and exercise on top of that. And specifically in terms of exercise, you want to be putting in exercise that's a combination of cardio and resistance, but over a shorter period of time. Definitely a maximum of 45 minutes. Ideally 30-minute workouts, short, sharp and intense, get in, get out. Whereas if you're going beyond